Greedy people will stay greedy no matter how much money they make. And this applies to all professions, including professional sports. But before we get to that, please don't forget to like and subscribe. My goal for this year is to make it to the 1,000 subscriber mark, and I'm really, really close to achieving that goal. So do me a favor and just like this video, as it does help tremendously. But now, moving on to the story. Today we're going to talk about some ex-NBA players. We'll start off with Terrence Williams, as he was considered the ringleader in this scheme, but apparently him and some 1,000 players were part of this scheme in which all of them were committing health and welfare benefit plan fraud. I guess they were defrauding the National Basketball Association's health and welfare benefit plan from at least 2017 to 2020, and specifically what they were doing here, they were submitting fake reimbursement claims for medical and dental services that were never actually rendered. And some of these people actually even submitted these reimbursement forms when they weren't even in the United States. But they were essentially saying like, hey, I got this done to me. Please give me my money back, when none of those services were actually being used. And obviously this is fraud. You're lying about this, you know? They were just taking advantage of a benefit that they had and to just try to pocket the money. And here it seems like the fraudulent claims totaled to a $3.9 million, in which the defendants got $2.5 million. And like I said, Terrence Williams was considered the ringleader, so he would help all these other players commit this fraud in order to get a kickback. I think he got like $230,000 from just the kickbacks from these other players. But the news that just came out is that one of the ex-NBA players that were part of this whole scheme, Shannon Brown, he just consented to pay $320,000 in restitution for this fraud that was committed. And from what we learned about this whole case is that, that Brown here will be liable for this restitution and will end about like either in 20 years after the judgment is entered or 20 years after he's released from imprisonment, whichever is later. But I don't know. I think you're already making a lot of money. If I'm not mistaken, NBA players make a lot of money. I don't know what the minimum salary is. In my head, I think it's $1 million, but I could be completely wrong. If you know the answer, please let me know. Please let me know down below. But professional players, I would assume, would make a lot of money, not just off of salary, but any sponsorship and endorsement deals they can find and generate outside of the sports itself. And to just go through this scheme of wanting to just defraud and take advantage of this benefit to make some extra cash, I think it's quite greedy. There's literally no other word that could probably describe this. It's just greed. It's just greed. You're already making money, a lot of money, and you just want more. But that's all the news I got. We'll see what happens with the other 10 players. I'll keep you updated if I see anything, but at least we got one player that consented that will pay those $320,000 in restitution. So, bye.